The hall was silent. More than 40 alien races sat in the Great Galactic Council chamber on the neutral planet, Keller Prime. Bright lights shone on the center of the room where one man stood alone, unarmed and calm. He was human. His name was Ambassador Elias Rain. He wore no armor, no weapons, only a long black coat with a small silver pin over his heart. That pin had one symbol, the old Earth flag, blue and white, with a single shining star in the middle. He had come for peace. For over a year, Elias had worked between the empires. He traveled across systems, spoke to kings, warlords, and republics. Every time he asked for one thing: stop the border wars with Earth colonies. And now, after all that work, he stood here, surrounded by enemies. A high voice echoed across the chamber. "This human dares to speak for Earth," said Chancellor Zor of the Tralax Empire. His skin was blue and his eyes glowed white, but his words bring lies. He hides Earth's true power behind fake kindness. Another voice followed. "Builds fleets in the dark, Earth hides weapons in moons. Earth spies on us," shouted Supreme Marshal Kotrith of the Score, Dominion. His voice was like metal grinding on stone. Elias stayed quiet. He looked calm. Then the ruling chair of the council, a six-eyed creature named Velturist, a sharp claw. "The council has voted. Elias Rain, human ambassador of Earth, you are found guilty of crimes against galactic stability. You are a threat to peace." A murmur ran through the chamber. Some races nodded, others hesitated. A few looked down, ashamed. "No trial." Elias finally spoke, voice clear and steady. "No right to defend myself," Veltar hissed. "You are not a citizen of this council. Earth never signed the Galactic Treaty. You are not one of us." Then he leaned forward. "You are sentenced to death." The silence was loud. Time seemed to stop. Elias didn't beg. He didn't move. He only smiled, a soft, sad smile. "I hoped this would end with peace," he said quietly, "but I was wrong." A small metal drone hovered above him. Its core turned red. The execution command had been given. Elias raised his eyes to the council one last time. "Remember this moment," he said, "for you've not just killed a man, you've awakened something ancient." "What does that mean?" someone whispered. Elias looked directly at Veltar. "We warned you. Earth never forgets." Then the drone fired. One short flash. Elias fell dead. The broadcast ended. Across the galaxy, billions watched the moment live. The death of Earth's top diplomat. A man who offered peace, silenced with a single shot. But the real fear began after the broadcast ended. 3 days later, at the far edge of Score Dominion space, a military scout ship called Fang of Honor was sent to patrol near the Sol system. It was meant to watch, report. It never came back. No distress call, no signal. Just. Silence. 2 days after that, a small merchant ship passed near the asteroid field near Proximo 3. The pilot, a lizard-like being named Kretvala, was carrying spice and rare ores. He noticed something strange. A shadow blocking the stars. He blinked. Then he saw it. A massive black ship, no lights, no name. It didn't match any known design. It just floated in the dark like a predator waiting to strike. Kretvala tried to ping it. No answer. He turned and jumped into hyperspace, heart pounding. When he reached the nearest outpost, he reported it. The AI in charge ran a full scan of known ship types. Result: unknown vessel class, origin, nitrogen monoxide match, ID signal, none. But one strange detail was noted. The ship had an old, almost forgotten symbol etched into its armor, a blue flag, and a white star. Galactic Council Emergency Meeting, Day 9. Panic had started to grow. More missing scout ships, more black ships seen near borders. No attacks, no words, just silence. "We must demand an explanation from Earth," said Chancellor Zor. "This is a threat." "Earth hasn't spoken since Rain died," said another counselor. "Maybe they want war." "No," said a quiet voice. It was Lady Tokra of the Mirren, a peaceful race known for wisdom. "I think they want us to understand something we forgot." Everyone turned. "What do you mean?" asked Veltar. Tukra's eyes glowed soft gold. "You killed their diplomat, a man who came with open hands. Earth has always been quiet, but deep. We don't know what they're truly capable of." She paused. "I fear we are about to find out." Meanwhile, on Earth, in a dark room beneath a mountain, 4 people sat around a long metal table. They wore no uniforms, no titles, only cold, focused expressions. A screen lit up in front of them. A single line appeared. "Ambassador Rain is confirmed dead. Council voted guilty. Sentence carried out." There was silence. Then the man in the center nodded. Double quotes. Activate the protocol. One of the others looked up, shocked. Are you sure? He warned them. They didn't listen. Another screen activated. It showed hundreds of systems. Red markers began to appear. Secret fleets, deep cover agents, hidden weapons. The protocol was old, written during Earth's first contact with aliens. In case. Now it was live. Let the galaxy wonder, the man said. Let them remember the price of betrayal. The galaxy waited. It had been 13 days since Ambassador Elias Rain was executed. 13 days since Earth had last spoken. And in all that time, nothing, no message, no response, no ships crossing borders, no demands, just silence for a galaxy used to noise, politics, and war threats. This silence was worse than open conflict. Planet Voctor Score, Dominion Outpost Commander Krell, paced inside his control tower. Behind him, young officers worked nervously at their stations. Still, no signal from the Sol system. Krell asked sharply. No, Commander, replied his comms officer. No comm waves, no traffic. Nothing has entered or exited Earth space. Krell's claws tapped the metal table. Have they, gone dark? No, sir. Energy levels around Earth are normal, satellites are active, defense grids are powered. They're watching us. They're just not talking. Krell narrowed his eyes. They're watching, but not talking. That meant one thing in war. They were preparing Galactic Council Crisis Room. Voctor, the six-side council head, stood before a live screen. Dozens of species leaders stared back at him. Some were angry, others afraid, many confused. We ask Earth for a response, said Chancellor Zor of the They must answer for these black ships near our space. They owe us nothing, Lady Torah said calmly. We executed their diplomat. We called them a threat. What answer would you expect? Zor hissed. An apology, or war? This silence this waiting its psychological warfare. Velktar raised a claw. We will send another message to Earth. One final request. If they don't respond, we will act. A vote was held. Earth had 72 hours to respond. Meanwhile, Outer Rim trade route, cargo vessel named Silver Ray drifted through deep space. On board, Captain Leroux was drinking hot steam tea when his navigator gasped. Captain looked at ahead. Leroux rushed to the window. There it was again. Another one, black, silent, massive. A ship shaped like a spear, floating just beyond sensor range. No lights, no name, no signal. Put it on screen, Leroux ordered. The camera zoomed in, and there, on the dark hull, barely visible under the stars, was the white star symbol, just like the one the dead diplomat wore. Captain. Leroux swallowed hard. That's human. But I've never seen that ship design. Then the black ship moved. No engine flare. No warning. It simply disappeared. Gone in a blink. Earth Command Center under Mount Ema. 3 leaders stood in a secure bunker. One was a military general. One was a diplomat's sister. The third was a silent AI in human form. The general looked at the screen. The alien council gave us 72 hours, and the woman asked, we do nothing. She nodded. That's what Elias would have wanted. Let them feel their mistake. The AI spoke next. Its voice was smooth and emotionless. Protocol. Phase 1 is complete. Phase 2 begins now. The general blinked. Phase 2 is already. The AI turned its glowing blue eyes to him. Double quotes. Yes. Observation is over. Now we remove the shadows. Phase 2 begins all across the galaxy. Strange things began to happen. Alien leaders started dying in ways that looked like accidents. Military bases reported system failures, defense grids shutting down without cause. Spy networks in 5 empires were exposed. Every one of them used the same strange code, RAYNEO1. One by one, the galaxy's strongest started to feel weak, and Earth still said ... nothing. Trelax Empire Royal Palace Chancellor Zor sat with his advisors, his face pale. Who is doing this? He asked. Humans, said his spy chief. They planted agents years ago. We missed them. We mocked their peace offers, and now they're cutting us from inside. Zor slammed his fist on the table. Then attack Earth, burn their cities. No, said his tech advisor, fear in her voice. We can't. Why not? She showed him a report. Any fleet sent near Earth goes missing. Our drones vanish. Our warships destroyed before entering the system. They have defense satellites we can't detect. Zor stared at the map. Earth wasn't just strong. It was hidden, ready, and watching. Galactic Council to 72 hours. Lattervelta stood again before the galaxy. We gave Earth time. They chose silence. So we vote now. Prepare a united fleet to approach the Sol system. For peace, or war. Votes began to appear on screen, then suddenly every screen turned black. A moment passed. Then a single image appeared. A face. Ambassador. Elias Rain. Dead. But speaking. A recording. If you are watching this, I am dead. Killed for offering peace. But understand, this earth is not a child among giants. We are the storm you forgot. His voice was calm. But we do not seek war. We seek justice. If you choose more violence, Earth will show you what we have prepared. Not in anger, not in revenge, in balance. He looked directly into the camera. Let this be your second chance. The screen cut to black. The council chamber fell into silence. Velkta felt cold. Zor was trembling. Lady Torah whispered, "The storm has not started, but it's near." Across the galaxy, fear spread like wildfire. The silence was no longer a mystery. It was a message. Earth was not hiding. Earth was waiting. The stars looked quiet, but something was moving through them. From the edge of the Trelax Empire to the heart of the Scored Dominion, sensors picked up the same thing. A dark wave, not sound, not heat, just shadows. Moving. It started as small reports. One scout ship saw something, then 2, then 10, then entire fleets began disappearing, vanishing, before sending any warning. The galaxy soon gave this unknown threat a name, the Black Line. Because when it moved, it looked like a thick, black line stretching across the stars, blotting out the light as it came closer, and it was heading straight toward the galactic core. Planet Relka 9, border outpost. Lieutenant Varka of the Trelax sat alone in his tower, drinking stim juice. He had watched the same stars for 10 years, but tonight, they were wrong. One by one, stars were vanishing from the horizon. He blinked, cleaned the window. Still gone. Done. Then a beep. A signal. Unidentified fleet. 400 vessels. No transponder, no heat signatures. Varka stared at the monitor. That's impossible. He zoomed in. Every ship was black. Matte black. No windows. No name. They didn't glow. They didn't hum. They didn't slow. And they were flying in formation. Perfect, like machines. Then came the message. Not from a comm channel, but directly into his outpost's screen. "We remember Elias Rain, Galactic Council, emergency meeting." Slammed his claw on the table. "What is the Black Line? Who controls it?" No one answered. Some guessed it was a secret Earth fleet. Others said Earth had awakened ancient AI from before the last galactic cycle. But only one thing was clear. It was unstoppable. The ships moved through systems like a ghost fleet. Any empire that sent scouts to follow them lost those scouts. No explosions, no wreckage, just silence. Zor shouted, "We must fire the core beacons. Use the stellar cannons." Tkora.com, as ever, simply shook her head. "You don't understand. This is not a fleet. It is a message." The planet Balemore Scored Dominion Trade Hubbard Black Line entered the system silently. The defense grid locked on it. Every cannon fired 12 minutes of non-stop plasma fire. When the smoke cleared. The Black Line still floated, untouched. Then, without firing back, the ships opened. Not weapons. Speakers. Thousands of small drones were released. Each drone flew into a city and repeated one phrase. The Diplomat asked for peace. This is your judgment. Suddenly, across the planet, communication towers exploded, not from outside, but from inside. Power failed. Shields failed. Then one by one, every computer system stopped working. The planet went dark. And the Black Line left. No deaths. No war, just silence. Earth Mount Emir controlled bunker. The AI stood before Earth's human leaders. Phase 2 is complete, it said. The Black Line has entered Phase 3. Demonstration. General Reed crossed his arms. Why are we not attacking them? The AI blinked. Because that is what they expect. Earth's strength is not just power, it is control. Dr. Lane, sister spoke softly. We show them what could happen, not what will. The AI nodded. They will fear us more this way. She whispered. Then Elias's sacrifice won't be forgotten. Planet Gartel, Outer Alliance, world here. The Black Line did not arrive with drones. It dropped one object, a cube. When opened, it projected an old video. Ambassador Elias Rain speaking to a Myran diplomat years ago. "We don't want war. Earth has seen too much of it. We came to space to find unity. But if we're pushed, we will protect what we love." The crowd on Gartel watched in silence, and for the first time, they felt guilt. Not fear, not anger, just guilt. Galactic Council broadcast Day 21 after executional. Racers were now tuned in. The Black Line was close to the galactic core, only 2 systems away. Velktar made an official broadcast. To the people of Earth, we acknowledge the loss of Ambassador Elias Rain. We admit our mistake. He paused. We ask for talks, not more silence, not more ships. But the feed was interrupted. A new signal took over. A dark screen. Then, Elias Rain's voice again. But this time, not a recording. It was live. Earth had used voice. Eyes built from Rain's memories. His voice echoed across the galaxy. Now you wish to speak. You gave no trial. You gave no chance. You silenced peace. Now we show you silence in return. 1 hour later, all of the galaxy's main trade routes shut down. Warp lanes collapsed. Relays failed. Ships lost control. And then just as suddenly, everything came back, but with a new message burned into every screen. This is not war. This is memory. Remember Elias Rain. The galaxy trembled not from bombs, not from invasion, from precision, from silence, from the realization that Earth had planned this long ago, and had never stopped watching. Now the black line floated just beyond the core, and Earth had not spoken a single word directly, but the galaxy finally understood. Something simple. The Diplomat's death was not the beginning. It was the last chance. The sky above the planet Trianzix was clear. Children played in open parks. Traders sold goods on loud streets. Soldiers marched in drills, their armor shining under twin suns. Then, just before sunset, the shadows arrived. They came slowly, quietly. No engines. No warning, just black shapes drifting in the sky, silent triangles that blocked the light like thunderclouds. They didn't shoot, they didn't move fast. They just hovered, watching. People stopped, looked up, some pointed, some ran, but no. Sound came from the ships, no lights, no words, only shadows. Galactic Council, same day Trianzix has been visited. Velktar announced, his voice shaking. Visited, or invaded, shouted General Korth of the Score Dominion. They didn't fire, Tokara said. They didn't kill, they didn't even speak. Zor leaned forward, nervous sweat on his temples. Then what do they want? Velktar showed the new footage. Hundreds of cities across Trianzix reported the same thing. At exactly 19 o'clock local time, all power systems shut down. Ships in the air stopped flying. Weapons locked. Communications failed. And in every capital city, a shadow floated directly above government buildings. Then, just as the sun set, the ships vanished. No explosions, no violence, only silence. Earth. Mount Elena Rain stared at a star map. Red dots lit up where the black line had passed. What happens if they still don't understand? She asked. The AI answered. Then we will begin Phase 4. Targeted isolation. Still, no war. Not yet. General Reed stepped forward. And if they do attack, the AI's blue eyes glowed brighter than Earth will not respond with weapons. A pause. We will respond with erasure. Planet Corval Core, world of the Score, Dominion Marshal Kotroth stood on the balcony of his war tower. He looked up at the night sky. Stars blinked above. Then they began to disappear. 1, then 5, then 10. Soon. Half the sky was gone. Blocked, governed by dozens of massive black ships. Kotroth screamed orders into the comms. All air defense units, open fire. Cannons launched missiles. Lasers cut through the air, but the black ships didn't move. They didn't fall. Every attack passed through them, as if they were ghosts. Then came a sound. Not from speakers. From inside every soldier's helmet. We watched Elias Rain die. We watched you cheer. We watched ... and we remembered. Soldiers dropped their weapons. Some ripped off their helmets, their eyes wide in fear. The shadows began to sink, lower. Closer, until they touched the tower walls without breaking them. Then, they vanished, just like that. Across the galaxy, panic, gross trade stops, ships avoid, entire sectors. Some empires shut their borders, others beg Earth for talks, but Earth never replies. Instead, more planets report the same thing. Shadows appear, systems go dark, government files are copied, exposed, and left in the open. Deaths, no bombs. But fear spreads faster than war ever could. One empire falls without a shot. The Zo Republic had once mocked Earth. Now its leaders are found dead, not from poison, but shame. Their secret crimes, hidden for years, were leaked to their people. The source, a message that simply said, from the desk of Elias Rain. The people rose up. The government collapsed. And still, Earth said nothing. The council splits half. The council now begs for peace. The other half demands war. Zor says, we must strike now. Send everything to Sol. Tokara replies, and if Earth has something worse than the Black Line. Silence. No one speaks. They all think the same thing. What if this isn't Earth's real power? What if this is just a warning? One message appears everywhere, on walls, on screens, on ships. On the inside of helmets. The words glow in white. The skies are no longer yours. You executed peace. Now you live under the shadows. Meanwhile, Earth's moonbase, Helios Station, a human technician watches thousands of signals flood in from the galaxy. She whispers. They're afraid. Every single system is afraid. A general beside her nods. They should be. Then the AI speaks again, its voice calm. Ambassador Rain's final directive was clear. No destruction. No surrender. Make them feel what we once felt. And so Earth obeyed. Not with war. But with shadows in the skies. The galaxy thought Earth was soft. Peaceful. Alone. But that was only what Earth allowed them to believe. In secret. Earth had planned for betrayal, not in months, not in years, but over centuries, and now, those plans were waking up. Earth. Deep archive facility, Omega. The door hissed open, a massive underground chamber lit up. Rows of glass cases stretched for miles. Inside each case, data cores, old weapons, unknown machines. 3 humans walked in. General Reed, Dr. Lena Rain, and the Earth AI. Reed stepped forward. This is it. Protocol vaults. Dr. Rain said softly. My brother believed this day would come. The AI nodded. Ambassador Elias Rain triggered the final phase the moment he was sentenced. The galaxy thinks Earth is reacting. But it's wrong. Reed raised an eyebrow. Then what are we doing? The AI turned its glowing eyes on him. We're following a plan, the Earth Protocol. What is the Earth Protocol? It was born long ago. The first time Earth made contact with alien life, peace was offered, but many feared humans. Others hated them. Some wanted their resources, so Earth built a secret plan, a deep system designed not to win wars, but to prevent them. Not through strength, but through fear. Phase 1 preparation. This began over 100 years ago. Human scientists spread out as researchers in alien universities. Human engineers helped build alien tech but always left quiet backdoors. Human soldiers posed as bodyguards, assistants, even servants. They watched, they waited, they planted. Tiny seeds, codes, tools, traps. No empire noticed. They never even looked because they thought humans were weak. Phase 2 infiltration. 30 years ago, Earth activated its sleepers. These were humans living deep inside alien societies, hidden, loyal, patient. Some even married into alien families. Some became business leaders. One even became a member of the Score, Dominion's High War Council. Each had one mission: do nothing until the day comes. And when Elias Rain was killed, that day arrived. Phase 3 disruption across the galaxy. Systems began to fail. Alien defense codes stopped working. Banks lost all data. Political scandals leaked suddenly from secure vaults. It wasn't hacking. It wasn't magic. It was the protocol. Every file, every secret, every weakness had already been known. Earth had simply waited until the right moment to use it. Back in the Galactic Council's or slammed the table. This is madness. Earth is everywhere. They've infected us like a virus. Takora replied. No, not a virus. A warning system, Veltar whispered. They never trusted us. Takora nodded. Would you, if your diplomat was murdered on live broadcast? Zora shouted again. Then we burn Earth. But no one agreed, because they all knew now. If Earth wanted war, they would already be dead. Planet Kelva, Outer Rima factory exploded without warning. Inside it, illegal cloning experiments, hidden for decades. How was it discovered? A simple note, left on the main terminal. Protocol Node 45, activated. Earth hadn't just learned the galaxy's secrets, it had kept receipts. Score, Dominion, military uprising. Marshal Kotroth ordered a strike on Earth sympathizers, but before his order was carried out, his own troops turned on him. Why? Every one of them had been trained by humans. 10 years ago they had no idea who their true instructors were, until now. Hidden in their armor systems was an old code. When activated, it erased all loyalty settings. One message flashed inside their helmets. Protocol Alpha confirmed. Serve justice. Marshal Kotreth was removed. Don't know bloodshed, just cold obedience. Earth Mount Emir. Lena Rain sat in front of a HOLO- screen. The face of her brother appeared. His last recorded message. Lena, he said, if you're seeing this, it means I'm gone, but don't be angry. I chose this. Peace had to be offered, even if they spit on it. The protocol isn't revenge, it's memory. He smiled. We remember always. Lena's eyes filled with tears. AI turned to her. Are you ready to begin Phase 4? She nodded, double quotes, yes. Phase 4, isolation now. Earth would cut the galaxy off. No weapons. No fleets. Just truth. One by one, Earth exposed each empire's darkest sins broadcast to their own people. Slave markets, secret wars, false peace treaties. The galaxy turned on itself. And Earth simply watched. One final broadcast from every shadow ship, from every hidden code, from every sleeper agent station. One message echoed, you executed peace. Now face the weight of your own lies. This is not war, this is the Earth Protocol. The galaxy had weapons. The galaxy had fleets. But Earth had something else. A secret it had hidden in plain sight for generations. An army that wore no uniforms. An army no one ever saw coming. Planet Vorak 7, capital of the Iron Syndicate, was known for its brutal control chains, slave labor, and endless mining. But on the morning of cycle day 128, something strange happened. All prison gates opened, all guards' weapons failed, and a voice came from every speaker. In the city you ruled through fear, now feel your own. Then, across the skies, the Earth symbol appeared just for 5 seconds. 5 seconds was all it took. The slaves revolted. But this revolt wasn't chaos. It was organized, well-timed, planned, because deep inside the syndicate's core worlds, many of the slaves were never slaves at all. They were human agents, trained, waiting, watching, now active. The hidden army had begun to rise. What was the hidden army? Long ago, Earth knew peace would be fragile, so while offering science and aid to the galaxy, Earth quietly placed its best soldiers into society, not in combat roles, but everywhere. Teachers, pilots, technicians, cooks, farmers, they became part of alien life, blended in, spoke alien languages, married alien partners, but in their DNA, in their neural links, was a buried trigger code, a single phrase to activate them. Rain has fallen. That message was sent the same hour the ambassador died, and now they were awake. Council meeting day 40 after execution. Velta stood up, hands trembling. Our inner networks have collapsed. Our agents are missing. Our ships do not obey. Zor screamed. It's Earth. They've filled our homes with spies. No, said Takora. They filled our homes with hope. She showed them a report. Several planets once ruled by tyrants had freed themselves overnight, not with weapons. Not with quiet orders from Earth agents who had waited years to move. They had no rank, no orders, just ... trust. Planet Lyskar, Outer Council, Trade World. The hidden army activated. Hundreds of humans who lived peacefully on Lyskar suddenly stood tall. They gave orders to local workers, and they were obeyed, not out of fear, but respect. They had lived there for decades. They were friends, neighbors, teachers. The locals didn't see them as outsiders, they saw them as leaders, and when those humans revealed that Earth had never planned to conquer but only to be ready if peace was killed, the people listened, and they chose Earth, not through fear, but by choice. Back on Earth, General Reed watched the news feeds. Entire systems are flipping. No war, just ... loyalty. Dr. Laina Rain smiled faintly. My brother was right. The AI spoke. The hidden army was not designed to attack. It was built to guide, to support those who wished to break free but needed courage. Reed asked, and if someone attacks them? The AI answered, then Earth will come. And everyone in the room understood what that meant. If one Earth agent was harmed ... true war would begin. But so far, no one dared. Score Dominion collapse begins. The mighty Dominion, known for crushing worlds, began to fall. In high command buildings, human advisors suddenly disappeared, after releasing files to the public. Files that proved that Dominion had betrayed its own allies. Civil war followed. The people rose, and the hidden army did not fight. They simply guided, like lights in a dark place. The galaxies knew fear. Their empires had expected missiles. They had prepared for ships. They had even expected mind weapons. But they never expected humans already inside their homes. Not to destroy, but to awaken, because that's what the hidden army was. Not soldiers with guns. Seeds planted everywhere, now grown. One final message appears across all known systems. A face, Elias, Rain. Smiling softly, not angry. Not proud, just ... com. His voice played. You asked why Earth stayed silent for so long. It's because we were building trust. And now that you've broken it, our truth walks beside you. You don't need to fear Earth, but you will respect it. The galaxy had seen empires fall, that it had watched fleets vanish, and now, it stood at the edge of something far worse. Judgment. Not from gods, not from monsters, but from humans, the very ones it had mocked and ignored. The time had come for the trial of the galaxy, planet Cerex Prime, Galactic Council, emergency meeting gay deep. Silence filled the chamber. No shouting now, no threats, only eyes full of fear. Velktar stood slowly. Earth has not invaded, he said quietly. They have not fired a single shot, but we are bleeding. One by one, representatives nodded. Their economies were failing, their people were revolting, their military systems no longer obeyed, and everywhere, Earth's agents were already there, not fighting, just watching. Suddenly the lights cut out, then a single beam lit the center of the council floor. A hologram appeared, not Elias Rain this time, but a human woman, strong, calm, that was Dr. Lyanna Rain's sister, of the executed ambassador. Her voice echoed across the hall. You held a trial for my brother. No defense, no truth, just judgment. She stepped forward slowly, eyes steady. Now Earth holds a trial for all of you. The charges behind her, massive images flashed through the air. Trelax slave markets, score secret prison moons, false peace treaties, syndicate wars hidden from their own people. Every crime the council had covered up, every evil it ignored. Exposed. Laina spoke. Again, you called yourselves civilized. You claimed unity. But when a man came with peace, you killed him, to silence what he stood for. Her voice hardened. Now the silence is yours. Counselor Zor stood up. What do you want? He demanded. Surrender, power, up. Throne Lena shook her head. Earth wants none of that. We don't want to rule. We want the galaxy to answer for what it has done. This is not war. This is justice. The judgment begins. Each council race received a message. Confess. Step down, or your people will see the truth. And the people were already listening, because Earth had sent the truth to every citizen, every worker, every soldier directly to their personal devices. Nothing could be hidden now, not lies, not history, not murder. The collapse of power within days. The Trilax Emperor abdicated his throne. The Score Dominion's military split apart. 3 corrupt council races surrendered power to new leaders chosen by their own people, and Earth. Earth said nothing. No victory speech, no claim to rule. They simply watched as justice unfolded. Planet H. Cora wants a slave world now, free. And at the center of its new city, a statue of Elias Rain, not holding a weapon, but offering a hand. The people called the square, the place where peace was killed and born again. Final council looked tired. Defeated. He turned on the camera and addressed the entire galaxy. This is our statement. He paused. We failed you. We allowed corruption, we punished peace, and we paid the price. He looked straight into the camera. To Earth, we hear you now. Back on Earth, Mount Imudia Lena Rain stood with General Reed, and the AI. The galaxy was changing not by force, but by truth. The AI spoke. Phase 5 is complete. Earth will return to silence. Lena nodded. We don't need to control them, we just needed them to understand. And so Earth began to step back. The shadows faded. The agents went quiet. The black line returned to deep space. But one thing would never fade again: call and respect. The galaxy would never forget the name Elias Rain, or what followed after they took his life.